Hey everybody, this is Alex Wiseman. I'm so glad that you are a part of our Developing Educational Entrepreneurship class. It is a completely online, asynchronous class looking at the ways that education can be entrepreneurial, uh, examining the different theories and frameworks for thinking about entrepreneurship related to education, understanding entrepreneurship broadly speaking, whether it's social entrepreneurship or it moves more towards business related or for-profit entrepreneurship related to education. We're going to focus on the social entrepreneurship side, and this video is to really just introduce you to really the website. That's going to be a lot of what you do during this class is interact with the different resources that are available on the website and just make sure that you understand the flow and what's on there. So this is how it goes. I'm so excited again that we're all part of this together, and I'm going to make it so that you can see my cursor move around. I know that's super exciting for you. There it is. So you can see what I'm doing. But let me just give you a tour of the website to start out. What I'd like to do is I'd like to show you what's on each of the pages, and I'd like to talk to you about how to interact with the course, because it's a special kind of course that you're engaging in, and it's not the traditional sort of distance learning that you might have done 10 years ago. This is very much meant to be interactive. It's very challenging because of the condensed format. It's very quick. You will have a lot of feedback from me and hopefully a lot of interaction with your classmates using some of the tools that are available on this website. So you can see, as it shows here, this is our website address for the class. It's CIE491.wordpress.com. It's called CIE 491 because I'm from the Comparative and International Education program, but it's actually listed as EDUC 491, so it's a general education class. 491 is simply the designation for a special topics class. We're obviously talking about developing educational entrepreneurship, and your goal is to, if you already are an educational entrepreneur, then to become more engaged and a more effective one. And if you would like to become more entrepreneurial in the work that you do in education, then this is the class that will help you do that. So you'll see on this front page, we're on the home page. We've got just some basic information. We've got the links for, in the menu for each of the days of the class. We also have the Start Here link, which is where this video can be found. We have an announcements page, which I will use sparingly, but you should check it if you get a chance, and you should get a chance pretty much every day. You'll see that our dates for 2018 are May 22nd through the 25th, and then May 29th through June 1st. Although I want to point out right now, as we move through the classes, there's going to be an introductory and an outroductory, if that's a word, video on every page. Just trying to move down a little bit. There we go. It's loading. So here's my introductory video for day one. You'll see I'm sitting at a different location in my home. You'll also notice that as I work through these introductions, that the dates on these YouTube videos are slightly different from the dates for your class. That's because these are videos that were recorded for last year's class, and so they will have slightly different dates associated with them. But the content for each of these days remains almost the same. It's very consistent. You will get the right introduction. Don't be thrown by any alternative dates that you see on this on these intro videos. You'll also notice that there is a final thoughts or an outro video. Same thing counts there. These are videos that were recorded last year, but and so they might use some slightly different dates on the screen that I show you, but it will ultimately be the same no matter what. So going back to the home page, we have, again, the dates of the class. The dates of the class, by the way, are mimicked here in the menu. You just follow along with these dates and you'll be fine. It's going to talk about the goal of the class, which is to learn ways that innovative ideas are developed into entrepreneurial educational activities, programs, and practice, and develop a plan to do it. And that's really the goal. So the goal is that by the end of this course, by the end of the 8 days, you will have a completely drafted proposal or description or whatever you need to make it into of an entrepreneurial educational project. We want you to be innovative in what you're thinking about. So you should come to this class already having an idea of what your project is going to be. If you are already working in a school or you're working in an education-related organization and there is a project that you are assigned to or that you've been developing or that you just would like to think about, this is the course to help you turn that into some sort of entrepreneurial and innovative project or proposal. We will talk more as we go through the course about what entrepreneurship and about what innovation means. So I'm not gonna ruin it by talking about it now, but you will be developing that through the course. So come with something in mind. You are going to learn how social entrepreneurs in particular maneuver within politically charged educational contexts. So every context has a political landscape to it or a political agenda to it. Political simply means that there is some sort of arrangement between those who have more or less resources or those who have more or less decision-making power. You might be placed in, right in the sweet spot where you have all the resources and all the decision-making power, or you might be at the other end of the spectrum where you have few resources and few decision-making power, but you have a great idea. Doesn't matter where you are on that spectrum. As long as you recognize that the spectrum exists, that you're part of it, we will help you in this course learn how to turn your idea into something that is hopefully fundable, that is implementable, that is innovative, and that is entrepreneurial. So you're going to generate and mobilize a resource infrastructure. You're going to learn how to negotiate public-private partnerships to develop capacity. You're going to learn how to create and sustain real-world educational innovations. And you're going to learn how to institutionalize those innovations for long-term sustainability. The goal is for you to put together this plan, not for something that, you might just do it because it's for this class. Okay, I'll have to get over that. But what I'd really love is if you did something that you are passionate about, that you focused on a project for your assignments for this class that is something that you really want to implement. And if you really want to implement it, then you want it to be sustainable. You want it to last. You don't want it to be something that sputters out after a week. You want it to be in place for the long term. So that's going to be a big goal for us. Instruction in the class is going to take place entirely through online video modules, asynchronous online discussion, and online collaborative experiences. And by that I mean that you're gonna be interacting with your classmates in the discussion format, and you're going to be giving and getting feedback and ideas from your classmates as you move through the class. So your assignments are going to be individual. You are individually going through the different assignments every day, and you will always turn in your own work. There's not a group project in this class. However, you hopefully are getting and giving, get those words straight, great feedback to your classmates throughout. As I've said before, the final project for this course is a draft strategic plan for an innovative educational program or project. That could be in the form of an actual planning document. That could be in the form of a proposal. I will give you a format that I want you to follow, but the way that that's used is kind of up to you, because you hopefully will have something at the end of this class that you can take forward and use as you wish. If you would like to learn more about me, here's a little blurb that I use to describe what I've been doing. I've been around for a while. I've got a CV linked here. You can check out all my details and critique my reading and writing if you want. You can also look at my website. It's got a nice photo of me on it if it ever comes up. You can see some of the blogs that I posted. There's that same thing. So that's too large. That's too much of me. Okay, let's go back to the class website. All right, the Start Here page, again, is where this video is located. So you will see that it has this introductory text, and then this is where the video lives. Obviously, I'm recording the video now, so it's not here yet, but it will be there shortly. This is the announcements page. So you'll see announcements for the class. I have posted a Getting Ready for May 2018 blog post. I guess this is the blog for the class, my blog for the class. You can't post to this. Where I give you information. People who have known they were going to be taking this class for a while have seen this and have read it and have been working forward. There will be more things that will appear here. The most recent ones are always the most recent posts are always going to be the ones that are at the top of the page. And then you go into each day of the course, and you'll see that we go May 22nd through the 25th, and then we have a break for several days, and we come back on May 29th through June 1st. That's important because there is going to be some time in between for you to, quite frankly, work on the assignments for this class without having anything immediately due every day. But on the days that we do have class, so to speak, you will have something due. Now, I will say this in all of my, I think, introductory videos, pretty much for every day of the class, but I'm going to say it again here. We're all in different time zones. Some of you are in my time zone. I'm in the Eastern time zone in the United States. Some of you will be in other time zones. Some of you will have your days completely flipped. I understand that. I'm not stressed about that. What I ask is that you operate on your time zone. So when it's May 22nd, wherever you are, you should be doing all of the things on this page, including turning in the assignment. That's what I expect from you, to work on this on a day-by-day basis based on your time zone. That means that there's going to be some flexibility in terms of when you turn things in and when I see them and read them and provide feedback. Sometimes, depending on your time zone, my day might end before your day ends. And so you'll be turning things in later to me than someone else who's, 12 hours ahead of me in the time zone schedule. So allow for about a 24-hour fluctuation between days in terms of me seeing and providing feedback, and I think we'll be good to go. I am going to provide you with this kind of video feedback on a regular basis, so get used to this format. The feedback videos that I send you will be much shorter than the video I'm making right now, and they will all be YouTube videos, so you should be able to watch them on your, on your phone or on your computer or wherever you are. You'll notice that, and again, I'm going to reiterate this when I go through each day's assignments, but I'm just going to show you here. Every day of the class is broken down into the same components. There's the standard, hey, welcome to the day text here, and there'll be a link to the syllabus, although all the information from the syllabus is on each of the days of this website. You will have an introductory video where I talk you through what we're going to be doing that day, and I give you some of my insight and some of my suggestions for what you pay attention to in particular. There will be an objective section where I literally say, today, I want you to learn this, and then I'll tell you whatever it is. There are going to be learning modules. There is like 1 to perhaps 4 modules max. I don't think I've gone over 4 modules on any of the days. And each of those modules will have a specific topic or theme that's related to the objectives for that day's learning. Within the modules, there will be some readings. They're all linked, so you should be able to link to those readings. If you ever find a broken link, please email me as soon as possible, and I will fix that broken link. Then you will also have some videos that I'm going to ask you to watch. The videos that appear sort of in the body of each day's content will not be my videos. These will be videos that I've sourced from other places, quite frankly, often from experts who have deep and real experience in the topic that we're discussing for that day or in that module. And then you'll see for day 1, there's one learning module. What is social entrepreneurship? And that's it. And then there will be an application activities section. And in this section, on the first day, you make a video, just like I'm making one now. And there's a little video on how to make a video. And in future days, it will be written assignments. So I will have you put together your final assignment step by step on every day of the class. Then you'll see that at the end of every application activity section for every day, it will say post comments and questions at the bottom of the page where it says leave a reply. Every day you need to leave a reply. Every day you need to comment on the content of the readings and the videos, interact with your classmates. This is where you give and get that feedback. Don't be shy about interacting with others. That's what the point of this is. And then sometimes there'll be some extra content. I'm going to suggest that you prepare ahead of time as much as possible because I know how quickly this course moves. So the more you can do ahead of time, the better. There will always be a final thoughts video where I will summarize some of the stuff that you've learned, and I will introduce some additional content if I think it's relevant. That's what I'm doing in this video. You can see there's additional content I'm highlighting. And then I will say every time, if you have any questions or comments about the day's activities, you can email me directly, but you can also leave a reply on the page, just like you would if you were just posting like you normally do. If you post your questions in the leave a reply section or your comments, especially ones that you want a response from me on, that way when I respond, everybody sees it. I will just tell you right now, and I'll say this again in another video, if you have a question about it, probably everybody else does too. It's usually something that I have left unsaid or I need to clarify that raises questions among students in this class. So don't be hesitant at all to post your questions or comments in the leave a reply section. Just remember, give me about a 24-hour window to respond to those. I'll be looking, but I need to, you'll see, it goes really fast once we get in the heat of the class. All right, and that's what every day really looks like. In fact, I'm just going to skip through to halfway through the course and show you that the same thing, you'll see the same format. It should become very familiar. There'll be the introductory video. Wait a second while it loads. Maybe your internet connection is faster than mine, so it might all zip up immediately, and congratulations for that. So there'll be an introduction video, which I'd like for you to watch. There will be some objectives. There will be learning modules. Ooh, in this case, there are 5 learning modules. I thought I only had 4, so this one went over that. There are application activities. Look, you'll be drafting things. I'm going to give you directions on what to do and how to do it. I'll have some final thoughts that I want you to look at, question and comments, and leave a reply. So you'll see that every day. If you have any concerns about the speed with which this class moves, hey, let me know. I'd be happy to talk to you about this. The worst thing that you can do is drop off the planet and stop posting, stop turning things in, stop engaging. That's the worst thing. Even if you are stalled for a day or two, continue to communicate with me, continue to communicate with your classmates. Don't stop being engaged. It's a fast moving train, but all you got to do is hang on and you'll be really pleased with the end product. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm always amazed by the things that people like you produce in such a short time frame that is so embedded with all the information and concepts and learning that I was hoping that you'd put into it. So I have high expectations for you. I hope you know that that's all a good thing. I hope you have high expectations for this class, and I look forward to seeing you on May 22nd. In the meantime, please feel free to email me. My email is on the course syllabus. You can email me anytime. I check a lot. I will check even more frequently during the class. And there you go. That's it. All right. See you soon.